There we go. So hello, everyone. I'm so glad to see you to our Q&A talk about the training. Um, mm, I'm totally open to go with you. Either you have questions or I just talk about the training. What would you like me to do? What would suit you best? Shall I just briefly talk about the training maybe and then yeah? And then okay. So so first of all, the content of the training is to convey as authentically as I possibly can the original method of Bert Hellinger. I am a great fan of Bert Hellinger. I know him quite well, or I knew him. He passed away 4 years ago. I was studying with him for 4 years. We had some projects going on. He's just an amazing being. And it's so groundbreaking. His way of thought is so holistic and all encompassing that I'm really passionate to keep that as much as I can alive and pass that on, right? So that's the background behind the training, to enable facilitators all over the world to tap into this power that he has, this original power. Because every time we are diverting from it, which we easily do, every one of us, of course, we are taking away from this power, right? More and more and more. And so that's where I'm coming from. Before I trained with Bert Hellinger to become a family constellation facilitator, I was a lawyer in Germany, but I gave up my career there because I wanted to do something much more profound than that, which was this method of family constellation. Since ever then, I'm very devoted to do that. I have a lot of experience in person and online since, COVID, I would say. How long is that ago now? History already. Few years, 3 years only. It counts. For me, it's like, oh my gosh, another life. And it works fantastic, as you might know. And Dennis has just joined one of our online workshops, and it works fantastic also virtually. But most importantly is that through this virtual environment, I am able to convey the orders of love and the mythology of family constellation to lots of people in the world and spread it through all corners, all 4 corners in the world, which is the best part of it, really. So that's me. The training is modular. So that means we are starting normally with module 1 and going all the way to module 5. Each module can be taken individual. And then you can also decide if you want to go on the complete training, or you can book the complete training right away and go through the modules with me, and then the extra content, of course, the live events and so on. There's a lot more content in the complete training than only in the modules. However, the modules are the groundwork of our training, right? It is conveying all the theory that you definitely need to know. So this is why, if you want to be certified in this 200 hours training, you need to attend each module in person. I will record the modules, and the modules will be available to rewatch through the duration of the training as often as you like. But just to rewatch a module or even a video, a part of a module is not enough. You need also to participate in person, right? Good. So beside the module, which is the theory, we have lots of practice because, of course, you can't facilitate, not even understand what is behind the mythology of family constellation without observing. In fact, Bert Hellinger was teaching nothing in theory. All his training was to observe. You go to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of events and observe the work, right? And this is, and read his 50+ books, of course. And this is how you learn. However, I like to be structured. I'm used to work structured, and so it was my pleasure to structure everything I learned into what is the family constellation virtual training. The good news is it does have a structure, it's not as chaotic as it sounds, and it's quite scientific as well. So that means it is learnable and applicable. If it would be a work where you need to be intuitives or empaths or psychics or something like that, yeah, I couldn't teach it. How would I teach that? You either am or not, right? But no, I can teach it to absolutely everybody because there is no prerequisite that you need other than you are determined to learn it and to apply it, right? So that's the good news. I have many certified trainees already who are, I'm very proud of, who are very good facilitators in their own rights already. So that's what I can assure you. Of course, it is a self-study methodology. You need to have a drive to do so, right? I mean, you're not children. I'm not a teacher. I'm a trainer, and it is the obligation of the trainees to come to me and take what they need of me, right? I'm not mouth feeding everyone, especially not over this distance and in this virtual room. So this is why we have created groups. So every training that starts with module 1, which is the next one is starting next month, is a new group. And so we will gather in a group as the modules. We have our own group on the website. I'll show you that in a bit, where we have our own group chat and where are also all the information available that you need to go through your training. We also have a WhatsApp group for all trainees and also the already certified trainees where we exchange information and stay in contact. Part of the training is as well to come on at least 10 open workshops, 10 of the workshops that you see on the website. Every month we have an open workshop. The training is 1.5 years long, so you have ample opportunities to come to these 10 workshops in a time that is more or less suiting your time zone. And plus, and that's included in the complete training price, plus we have practice workshops. Now, the practice workshops are, of course, fundamental for you to learn how to apply all the knowledge that you have gained and your observations into a real facilitating scenario. So the practice workshops are, of course, online here with me supervising and only trainees, and they will facilitate for each other under my supervision. Right? And we have these practice workshops about every 6 weeks or so, and it's also compulsory to attend to 6 of these practice workshops and at least facilitate 3 times in order to be certified. What else do we have? We have a community website, if you will, that is only, that's a login section, a member section only for trainees, where you find heaps of sources, book recommendations, Bert Hellinger videos are linked there. The trainees are constantly updating it, and me too, and finding new interesting videos or talks or links to this topic, family constellation and the method of Bert Hellinger. And then when you have been on the training for about a year or so, you could start, and you should start at least after a year, with writing a paper. Because to be certified in this 200-hour teacher training, it is required that you put in an assignment. It's not rocket science. It's not very academic neither. It just needs to convey that, or it just needs to show me that you understand the orders of love in general. Yeah, so that is the heart and soul of Bert Hellinger's work, and that's what we work with. So that's kind of my proof that you have listened well and know what is it about, this facilitating family constellations in the method of Bert Hellinger. Yeah, and then when you have done that, and after about 1.5 years, And you have also proven that you have worked 200 hours. In this 200 hours is included self-study time, of course. So you will also be able to write. I have drafted a template, a worksheet, which you can download in the community page, and that tells you exactly which modules you take, which open workshops, which practice workshops, and how many hours you have studied on your use for your assignment and for your self-study, reading books, rewatching videos. This is all self-study. Yeah? So you will count that all up, take track of your time, sum it all up, and when you have 200 plus hours, then you are ready to be certified. Yeah? Right. So that is the basis. I will show you the website where I can show you more clearly how that works. So here's our website, and then so first of all, here are the workshops, which I talked about. That is what I call the open workshops. Here you can see all the dates for the rest of this year, right? And you will, when you have signed up for the complete training, you will receive coupon codes that you can use to sign up for these workshops 10 times. So you don't need to pay anything. That's all included in the fee that has been already paid for the complete training. When you go and book a module, however, then that is all extra, of course. So then you have, you will just pay by credit card for these open workshops. Then we have, let me now go through. Then we have here the training session where you can find all the modules. So all modules are bookable on its own, and they are all somehow complete on its own. So if you're just interested in a certain topic or just in the theory and the foundation of Bert Hellinger's work, then you can just do the 5 modules or even just 2 or 3 out of them, and you will have lots out of it. So when you have signed up for the complete training, you would also get a voucher code, a coupon code, to book these modules. For example, when we start with module 1, I show you that here. Then here are the dates. So when you go in booking, then you can either, if you only want to book the module, pay here, or you can put in here the coupon code that I give you when you have already paid your fee. And then you click the checkbox here, and then it's applied, and you don't need to pay anything extra. Now, the advantages by booking the complete training, not only that you get all the extra content I was just talking about, but you also get a big discount of 25% on all these events. Yeah, so 25% on the modules, 25% on the open workshops, and also 25% on 2 one-on-one sessions that are also included in the complete training. Yeah, so if you wanted to see me in person online in an individual session, you can go to this section, one-on-one session, and here it comes up, a calendar where you could book, let's say this day, and then you go here, and then, hang on, is this one? No? What's going on here? Takes a little while. Do you want me to double click? Oh no, continue. Here we go. I rather rarely book myself. So here you come. Here you see everything, same thing. You can either pay or put in a coupon code. So with the complete training comes 2 one-on-one sessions. One session is just you can use for any kind of healing you want to go through with me in a one-on-one session, and the second one is reserved for when you have submitted your essay, your paper, so we can talk about it. Yeah, and I can help you with some some things you in there, discuss with you some aspects of your essay, and then we can also talk about your personal journey and how to take it from there into the profession of a family constellation facilitator and systemic coach. Now going back to the training section, all these modules that you see here, as I said, are bookable in its own right. However, if you're interested in the complete training and you want to take them all and you want to be certified and you want to have the advantage of the extra content and the 25% discount, then you would go to the complete training. Here is explained everything that you can expect from the complete training. For example, what it includes: 5 training modules, 10 family constellation virtual workshops, 6 training workshops to practice, 2 one-on-one sessions. We also have training gatherings for Q&A ongoing every 2 months for any questions you might have regarding your training. You have exclusive access to the video recordings of your training modules, to the course material, a list of recommended books for self-study. You will get the revision of the study, of the essay, and a certificate of completion and a small gift. So that's all included in the complete training, right? We have here the training community site that I will share with you in a second, that is also exclusively accessible to those who are signed up for the complete training. The requirements to be certified are 42 hours of online classes, that is the module 1 to 5, 50 hours of taking part in family constellation virtual workshops, 50 hours and more than our 10 hours, because we have 3 hours workshops, so that makes 30 hours. So you would need to have another 20-hour extracurricular workshop hours, And I urge all my students to go to different facilitators and see how they work, right? It's really important that I think that you not only see how I work, but also others, to have the fully picture. And also I urge you to go to in-person workshops, right, in your area, because it's super important that you know how they look, how the movements, how the representatives actually move and look, and how they explain the resonation they feel, because in the virtual environment you need to have the 3D vision of what would go on in a room, right? And as more you have seen this, as easier it is for you to understand it. So that is the purpose of this 20 extracurricular hours that you can gather over the course of 1.5 years. However, if you have been to family constellation workshops in your area already, fine. They will all count if they are applicable, meaning if they are family constellations in the method of Bert Hellinger. Then we have this 2 hours of individual coaching I just talked about, and with the one-on-one session. We have these 18 hours of practicing family constellations and meeting up for discussions. That we talked about, the practice workshops. And then we have left 7-8 hours of self-study with recommended books, rewatching the video recordings and other course material, right? So all this counts towards self-study. So let's say you are rewatching module 2 times, because you're very interested in it, or there's so much information in, and one module has 9 hours, then you would have already 18 hours self-study just because of that. So that makes, so my students normally have a lot more than 200 hours, of course, in total, but that is the minimum requirement to be certified. Okay. Then we have, I counted 10 hours to write the essay. That is just an average. It can be more, it can be less, whatever it takes you to do it. Some of my students, they have then confessed to me after they have delivered the essay that that was the first time in their life that they were writing a paper. And I must say, well done. They all did a great job. So this is not too academic, so nothing to be too fearful about at all to do. Everybody can do that. So, so that is here. Now I would like you to guide you through the training community. You would get access through this login here. Okay. Okay. So take me a moment. So you would get access with your own username and password to this login section. And when it opens for you, then you would see this. That is the training community. And here we have the forums. So one is the general forum here, yeah, where when I click on that, you see, here we go. When I click on that, you see all the topics. We have here writing the essay, general discussions, Bert Hellinger videos, family constellation integrated into court procedures in Brazil. Wonderful video. How much I learned from practice workshop, shop Bert Hellinger books in English, and so on and so on. And other facilitators I have worked with, figurine board, dealing with schizophrenia, asking for session feedback. So there's a lot of very valuable info in this community chat. And then when you go back, you see the groups. So all the training groups that are still current are listed here. So we have, and they have all, if these names sounds like gibberish to you, that just means you are not in New Zealand, because they are all native birds from New Zealand, the groups, yeah. So this is Hoiho, Huia, Moa. Moa is extinct, the Huia as well. Moho, Pukeko, they are very well alive. PGI that's not a bird. That's a training group for Indonesia. And Veka, that's what we have. So Pukeko is the new training group that is starting next month and that you can be part of. We have at the moment scheduled 2 different groups to start with. However, both groups need to have a minimum participants of 4. So if we have a group that is smaller than 4 people, then we would merge these 2 groups, and we would just find a time that suits both group members. Yeah. So that's kind of what's going to happen next month when I know who's coming on the training. So when you go, let's say you go in this group here, Hoiho, then that is opening up for you the general discussion, but here you have the video recordings and the group chat. So this is individual to your group. Nobody else can access that. Nobody else, right? So you would go here to the video recordings, and that would open up. And here are all the video recordings. And you can see all the video recordings M1, that's module 1, to module 4 are already uploaded, and module 5 is still in the process. Yeah. So you would just click on here in your group where you have access to, and it's not opening for me. So there's some broken link. I will check that. I will check that at another time. But that would then open up for you so you can watch it. Okay. Then are we going back? And then there's a chat room then as well. Here we go back. And then we have for each group, we have, let's go back to Hoiho. For each group, we have a group chat as well, where you can stay, in contact with your group members and chat there about whatever you like. So that is that. Is there anything else I want? Yeah, I probably want to also go back to the training and show you a module. Every module, let's go in module 2, has parts. So how the training groups are organized is that we have every half year a new training group or 2 are starting. and they are small groups, a minimum of 4 and maximum of 10 people per group. And every module is once a month. So once a month is a module, and every module is consisting of 3 parts. That means 3 days, yeah, 3 times 3 hours. For my time zone, it is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night, or Saturday, Sunday, and Monday morning. Depends on the time zone somebody else is in. That is for module 1 to 4, and module 5 consists out of 2 parts. And that makes the total of 42 hours. Now, let's say you would miss out not the entire module when you're on the complete training, and you don't miss out the entire module 2, but you miss out like part 1 and 2 of module 2, you can repeat it in the next training group. So you can come on the next training group. You don't need to be signed up for the group. You just get the link, and you will be taking part there. However, the video recordings will only be in your group, right? So you will always watch the video recordings in the group you're assigned to. Okay. Right, I think I am through with what I wanted to say. Now, I'm curious to hear what your questions are. Maybe I've stopped sharing. Here we go.
I don't really have any questions because I've looked through the website with the fine tooth comb. You have to excuse me, I've got COVID and the flu at the moment.
Where are you from, Wasumi? Which time zone?
I'm in northern New South Wales, Australia at the moment, but I'm from New Zealand.
Ah.
And I've been living the last 6 years in New Zealand, in Maraho, the beginning of the Abel Tasman track.
Oh, how wonderful.
Not far from you.
No. Are you missing it?
Eh?
You miss it?
Do I miss it? I haven't had time to miss it. I've had a big time being here. I got the snake bite, went into hospital for 25 days, and kidney dialysis. I've been a big time. And
what
now,
brought you to Australia when it's so dangerous there, and it's so safe in New Zealand?
I used to live here for many years, and I have a lot of my tribe is here. A lot of my people here, so I've missed them. Well,
yeah.
in New Zealand, so
okay.
And I'm used to being with snakes and all of that. You know, like I've lived in the bush for years, but it was just a moment. I had New Zealand feet on instead of Aussie feet. You got a clump strong in the bush in Australia, and you know how it is in New Zealand. Nothing's going to harm you, so you kind of
yeah.
feet on. So anyway, but in the midst of that, it's like a life change. And my friend Evelyn, a few friends are looking at different trainings. And my friend Evelyn from Christchurch, who's German also, she came and did a constellation with you, I think. So she told me about you, and so yeah, I'm just checking it out. I'm looking at a few different trainings, and yeah, so I don't have questions because I've gone through your site.
Very good.
Comb. And
well done.
Yeah, it's just more the online thing, and I have done family constellations. I lived in Bali also for 6 years. And there was a woman there. We were doing constellations with her twice a week for a number of years. And then I also took my own turn of running astro constellations, creating an astrology chart. Because I work with people a lot. I work quite deeply with people. So yeah, it just feels like, yeah, it's time to do a training in this so that I have something to offer the world other than the other work I do. It would just add to it. So yeah. So I don't have a question, but that's me.
Wonderful. Thank you for being here, Wasumi. And yeah, family constellation is a beautiful tool to add to already existing coaching situation if you are in there, especially if you are looking for systemic coaching, right? Because what we do is systemic work. It's very different to therapy, where we are looking at the individual. And this is why it is also a line of work that is which is good if you start to learn it as if you know nothing, from scratch.
It's interesting to me that you say that it's a lot of theory, because my experience of, participating is that there's so much magic in there.
Yeah, and the magic is all explainable.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
That's kind of interesting. I mean, I can see how the magic happens, absolutely. But I guess then what has happened is it's been explained.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But it doesn't take away from the magic.
No, I don't think so. I don't. That's a good question, actually. That is a question now, finally. No, I don't think so. I think it adds to it even.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you're watching, the logical brain is watching while the intuitive brain is flowing with what is occurring.
Exactly. It's so kind of layers. It layers more. Yeah.
Both parts are equal in. I know that's in the work that I work with, the Mayan calendar, and so I work logic in it, but in that there's also the intuitive magic that you become even more in awe with, because both parts of the brain are equal.
Yeah, that's a good way to explain it. Yeah, serving both parts of the brain.
Yeah.
Well, wonderful. Thank you for being here, Pasumi, and bringing some sunshine to New Zealand, because we have gray days since days.
Oh my God.
But it's lovely to see a bit of your sunshine there.
Yes, I'll give you a little bit of boost.
Yeah. Oh gosh. All right, Denise and Tamara. I'm sure you have some questions, have you?
Yeah, so it's nearly midnight here in the US.
Sorry, my dog
just had a constellation, so I'm a little foggy. But yeah, how often do the groups begin? Oops, lost you.
You're on mute.
My dogs just went off. I didn't want to bother you with that. So your question was, how often are the gatherings?
How often does a new group begin, like a new cohort?
Every half year.
Okay.
So every half year is a new group beginning. However, I'm planning on taking a break next year, right?
Okay.
So I haven't planned a new group now. Normally I plan a new group before I start one, but I have not planned any group for next year. And I don't want to, and I am a little bit reluctant because, I am away overseas, and I cannot commit for a new training group at this moment in time. So yeah, so that's me. That's how we roll for this year, and maybe for next year. The next month would be the way to go. However, if you want just to book a module, see how it goes, even 2 or 3, you can jump on the train later. You don't need to commit before, right away from the start. Yeah. Okay. You will still get, like, let's say you do the first module, and then you think, yeah, I actually want to continue and I really want to do it. Yeah. Then you can just let me know and we will sort that out. Yeah, so that wouldn't be a problem at all. If you, of course, do all the 5 modules, it's probably too late. Then the half year is already over to still join the training group, right? But if it's within a reasonable time when we begin, that's no problem at all.
All right. Yeah, and I am curious how this is going to work with the prior experience that I have too, because like doing the Zist and a couple with Bird, a couple with Ursula. I don't know if you were around with Ursula Frank, and I think Stefan Hausner is still involved in it. But yeah, I'm interested to see how that jives there.
And it's certainly good for your work too, right? Yeah, would add a lot to your toolkit, maybe.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful. Any other question, Denise?
No, that feels good for now. Thank you.
Good. Great. Thank you for your question. And Tamara, where are you from?
I'm from Croatia. It's in
Uh-huh.
Europe. So it's 5 in the morning.
What's the time?
5 in the morning. We are 10 hours later than you.
Yeah. Okay. And you already have daylight or not?
Yes, but it's solstice. It's the longest days.
Oh.
Now it's 5:30 because we started at 5.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah, but it
So
already came like around 5. Yes.
nice. And what do you
So
know about family constellation? What brings you here?
yeah, so I participated in many here locally. We have beautiful trainers and and facilitators. And I went to School of Integrative Development where we taught about it and did some theory also, but as a side subject. It was not main thing. And I healed many things through the constellations of my own. I'm a dance therapist, and I work through dance and movement, but also working with groups through about consciousness, awareness, and all this. And with my friends, I do constellations very often because it's just something that comes naturally to me, And I work with stones, with people, with anything. It just comes to me, and I just love them. And after 2-3 years of other things, it came back to my heart that this is the thing I want to do, really like training. And I finished many things, and I did many different trainings, and I love to have different puzzles together in a picture. But after 3 years of searching, of training that I wish to add, this was like finally something that came directly. I found your link like 2 in the morning, when I said, please send me some link. I need to go,
Really?
I'm really grateful.
Yeah.
I was looking for constellations training like 3-4 months on the web, searching different offers, thinking about them. It was not like, it didn't resonate. And when I saw your link, I said, that's it. I didn't know anything about you, anything about the website, nothing.
Yeah.
I just felt, and then I clicked, and it clicked. So I'm here. I just wished to see you today, that in today's times are so crazy. So I just wanted to see you. You exist,
I do. I'm really
but it's crazy times. So
I know.
it's, you never know. And it became like, yes. So that's why I'm here today. Meet you, to see you, to feel you. And I'm really looking forward. I'm for sure coming for this group.
That's wonderful. I'm looking forward to go on this journey with you together.
And is the group full? Is the group formed? Or
no,
not
we are not full at the moment, and it's normally happening all in the last month anyhow. So we rarely have people signing up as early as you did, or Michelle in US. She signed up months ago, but normally everything is happening now in the last 4 weeks. So we will know then. We will know then if we have 2 groups, if we have 1 group, and then we would see which time we meet, and we make it just work for everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm really looking forward because I know it works online for sure, but to really go through it, I'm super good with it. So
that's very good. So family constellation works online, but the training definitely works online anyhow. So that's independent even of the work.
If dance class works online, then
that's something that blows my mind. More than family constellation online. Yeah.
So
very good.
Thank you so much for
Thank
facilitating this training.
Thank
I
you.
felt behind.
Wonderful.
Mm.
Wonderful. So, right. Is there anything else that you need from me? All good. You can, of course, send me an email if you have further questions or some individual background that you want to talk to me separately. Of course, that's no problem. If you would like to sign up for the complete training, it would be really helpful if it's at least a week before, so I can set everything up. That would be appreciated. Yeah. And and I can also say for the complete training about the payment terms maybe. So there is the complete training fee that is upfront that gives you this 25% discount. That is 4,220 New Zealand dollars for the complete training. Yeah. If you would like to pay in installments, that's possible. You have the option to have a payment plan and pay in 4 monthly installments for the first 4 months. However, then the discount goes down to 15%. You still get a 15% discount on all training events that I have explained to you, right? So these are, and the third option is, of course, not to do the complete training, but only to book the modules and the workshops individually. But then you would have no access to the practice workshops, to the training community, and to the extra content. Yeah. Okay.
And the plan you sent to me, it's in 3, I think. That's the normal.
There must be 4.
There must be 4.
Must
Okay.
be 4. Have another look.
Okay.
I have a look too,
I'll
but I'm
check.
pretty sure it's 4.
It's fine. I'll check.
Right. Okay. Okay. So if that's us, then I round it up here. Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Thank you very
also,
much.
thank you very much, Tamara, Vazumi, and Denise to join me today. As always, you can also come on a workshop to see me, and on a one-on-one session if you prefer that, right? So you have a lovely day, evening, wherever you are in the world, and I see you again.
Thank
Nice to meet
you.
you all.
Bye.
Thank you. Nice to meet you
Bye.
all. Yes.
It's nice.